Another construction zone in the occupied West Bank. These Jewish settlements are considered illegal by most of the international community. It hasn't stopped the Israeli government from announcing about 800 new homes are going to be built. The UN has called on Israel to halt and reverse the decision. Palestinian groups have condemned the move.
It's an attempt to race against time and benefit after the American elections from the last days of the current US administration before the new administration to try to put facts on the ground.
For some settler groups, this is viewed as purely an Israeli matter.
Israel's citizens expect to be allowed to live and build and develop in a natural manner, and the responsibility to do so belongs to the government of Israel. It's not an issue for other countries.
But both here and abroad, there's mounting anticipation about what the US reaction will be, particularly around the timing of this announcement. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the US's 45th President Donald Trump have displayed an exceptionally close relationship over the past 4 years, not just for their own domestic audiences, but for the global one as well. The Trump White House broke with what had been considered long-standing US foreign policy by being pro-settlement. But a new US administration means a reset in the relationship between Israel and Washington, D.C. To envision what the future of the relationship between these two allies might look like, it's important to consider the past. Joe Biden has been viewed as a long-standing supporter of Israel throughout his political career. He's seen as a backer of the two-state solution. He's also a critic of the settlements. In 2010, on a visit to Israel and the Palestinian territories, the then Vice President Biden rebuked the Israeli authorities over their announcement they would build 1,600 new homes in the occupied West Bank.
The decision by the Israeli government to advance planning for new housing units in East Jerusalem undermines that very trust, the trust that we need right now in order to begin as well as produce profitable negotiations. That is why I immediately condemned the action.
That was, of course, more than a decade ago, but it does set a tone for what's to come. Biden has pledged to restore aid to Palestinians that was cut by the Trump administration, and the new president wants to renew the peace process. Keep in mind, Israel is also heading to the polls in March. It will be the fourth election in less than 2 years. And once again, Netanyahu's political career is on the line. So while there could be a new PM in the months ahead, the diplomatic ties forged over decades between Israel and the US will no doubt remain deep. Natalie Perhanen, The Newsmakers.